I mean, do you feel more accepted as the person you are? I mean, if things improve, change, do you still have a
Oh,
hard time?
where I live, sure, I feel comfortable. People don't care what the hell I am. They just want to know what I'm doing, whatever, contributing to or not contributing or whatever. It's not an issue. My sexual orientation, who I am, what I wear, it's never an issue. So that's very comfortable for me. I don't have to defend myself. I don't have to feel, from my immediate community, I don't have to defend myself or feel I have to hide or anything. So that's good. That's one really good thing. It's a big improvement over being, well, I mean, I think being a teenager or being in your 20s is a lousy time of life personally. I wouldn't trade the wisdom I've gained over the years for any kind of youth or anything. I mean, I know things I can't possibly put into words.
Yeah, she has kind of like the whole thing about courage. I mean, one of the things about her work that I think is really important, and you've said this about everybody that you like in the theater, is about their honesty and their courage to express their opinions. And what that, I mean, to me, what the East Village always represented was like there was all those people who had the courage to be themselves.
Mm,
That was a liberating thing for me,
yeah,
and that was an attractive thing for me.
yeah,
And that's what
yeah,
I always like felt indebted to, like gay rights and
yeah.
racism struggles, because
I agree.
those were the places where, and in the theater you experienced it, but those were the places where you found that there was a way to think about the world that would bring everybody forward.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely, absolutely.
and
And they
in telling.
articulated stuff for me I couldn't articulate for myself.
Mhm. Yeah, and in
So,
Penny telling her story, it resonates with everybody because it's told in such a compassionate way. So um, you know, can you talk about maybe like what were your favorite shows of hers, or favorite moments that you
oh, wow.
remember, experiences?
Well, definitely the first one is among my favorites. Miserea. Um, in the piece she did at La Mama, I remember it, but I can't remember it distinctly. Except that also I liked Rebel Cafe a really lot. I liked that she was never going to stop saying the stuff that needed to be said.
Mm-hmm.
That she didn't give up, and I'm always ready to give up. I'm always ready to cash in and jump in the ocean. I told you I'm like this regular coward here. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think you get courage from like Penny too. It's like other people who keep doing it.
Yeah,
It makes
that's true.
you keep going on, because
That's true.
as long as you can walk around and see some familiar faces, and you go, okay, I
Yeah,
can keep going.
yeah, really.
Yeah. Did you see Bitch Dyke Fag Hag Whore?
Oh, that was good. Yeah,
Yeah. So that was a kind of a different kind of
yeah,
show.
that was different. Yeah.
How would you describe that show in
Well,
terms of
you have to remind me because I know it was different, but I don't remember.
it was like, it was more of a kind of a like a rock and roll theater thing with
Yeah.
erotic dancers and
Yes,
music and
yes,
dance
yes,
and
yes.
audience dance
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
more
yeah,
burlesque kind
yeah,
of thing.
yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Did you
yeah.
see the full production upstairs at PS 122, or did you go to the Village Gate?
No, I didn't go to the Village Gate, but I did
Mm.
see the big production at PS 122. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't remember that so distinctly as I remember some of the earlier things. And I remember Rebel Cafe with Chris. And well, my memory isn't that good.
Did you see New York Values?
I don't think I saw New York
2002.
Values. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Maybe if you show me the table, I'll say, oh yeah, I saw.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think I.
Rebellion Cabaret kind of came out of New York Values.
I might have seen. Oh, was that the one at the Candle? What that place on
House of
Ludlow?
Candles. It
House
started
of
there
Candles.
as
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that. I really liked that thing she did at the House of Candles. That
yeah,
was good. I enjoyed that
yeah,
tremendously. That was excellent. She walked around with a mic and she had little props and she was like, it's really good.
yeah. There was anarchy there.
Yeah, Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
That House of Candles couldn't have lasted. That was a very good venue.
yeah,
They had a lot of really interesting things there.
yeah, yeah. Did you consider Penny to be an anarchist?
Yeah, she even said so.
Mhm.
Yes, but yes, I would, of course, absolutely. Even if she hadn't said so, I would have thought so.
Mhm. And what part of her performance life or personal life is anarchistic?
Oh God, why did you give that question to Sarah? I can't answer that. I don't
Yeah, that's
know.
okay. That's okay.
She,
Yeah, yeah. Let's see what else we have. Well, she says then she has this thing just, if you can remember how you feel when you're in one of her audiences.
oh boy, totally involved and really um, shaken to the core in a sense because she says so many things that are just so moving and so important, and you just it's so raw in a way. It's just like everything's out there, and you just feel like you're out there, and you're gonna collapse with the whole thing, or because you're in so much. It's really also extremely funny and extremely painful at the same time. It's really hard for me to describe my feelings. I'm just starting to recognize they exist. I mean, I'm aware that I have them, but I mean, not as well as when I do Tai Chi and Qigong and stuff. I'm really beginning to uh, get a more detailed picture of my inner landscape.
Mm-hmm.
Not like Penny gives you a detailed picture of her inner landscape that makes you really you see that she's having revelations and you have revelations because of that. And so you get a reverberation from her, like of all that inner revelations come to you because of her.
That's perfect. And, you can transcribe that, send it to Sarah. She can use it. So tell me just a little bit about like yoga and qigong and those sorts of things that you've done
I'm
over.
not, well, I did do it for a couple of classes, but I'm not really a yoga person.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't find it something that seemed to do something for me. So, but Tai Chi and Qigong are very different. I felt very attracted. I've been involved with Chinese medicine for more than 20 years now. I got started with it because of my asthma, and I went to acupuncture and did Chinese herbs, and because of that teacher I told you about in Wisconsin, I I did 1 year of Tai Chi, Yan style Tai Chi with William C.C. Chen when he first came to New York, and he's still on 23rd Street near 7th Avenue, and I was there for a year from September 66 to June 67, and I really liked it, and the only reason I stopped is because I was stupid, because I had the wrong kind of priorities, and I didn't realize that, if you don't take care of your health, it's not going to stay there all the time, so, you know, and if you don't deal, you can't always just be political, you have to do stuff to help yourself. So I found out the hard way, and eventually I got really, really horribly sick, and then I went back to this place from Gary Goldberg, where they do Wu style Tai Chi, which is very good for your internal organs. It's a very internal form of Tai Chi, and it's something I started a year after I went there because I'm also very involved with the Qigong, which is extremely, extremely powerful for both your physical and mental health. And also, she teaches Taoist meditation, which is not like anything else you've ever seen. Um, there's a couple books by her teacher that are the only books ever published on English on something called the Taoist water method, which is very different from the fire method. There's several books out there on fire method that's fairly well known, especially from Montauk Chia. You probably heard of him. And but the water method is very, very unknown until very recently. Her teacher studied with a man in China who was considered a Taoist immortal, which is more bigger than a enlightened Buddhist, because he was also an enlightened Buddhist when he was in his early 40s. And he studied a long time all over Japan and China, and then he became his main teacher, and then he became his lineage holder when he died, which is a big deal in China. So then he wrote about it in several books that explain the way this guy, Leo, his last name is Leo, taught him, and so he explained what he was learning. And that's what he teaches. He's still living, and he taught my teacher.
And you still practice? You still study?
Yeah, I'm very new at this. This is the middle of my 4th year. I had a pretty big setback, though, this summer and fall, so I'm sort of trying to rebuild myself. But I found it very good, because my back got better, everything got better. I got better.
Mm-hmm. And you go once a week, or?
I go twice a week.
Twice a week.
Yeah. And I go to almost all the workshops. They don't have a lot, but, whatever workshops, I go to that. It would happen every couple of months to have a workshop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. I think we can say we're done.
Okay, good.
Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I'm glad it's done. That's all.
Yeah.
This is very stressful.
It was?
Yes.
Going through it was stressful too?
Well, thinking about it, no, not too bad. No, I mean, you were both very nice and very, you're very good at making somebody feel relaxed, but it's hard to make somebody like me feel relaxed, because I stress out really fast, really quick and really easy.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah. Well, I don't know you that well. I know you, but I've never really talked to you that long. But I knew that there was a very intelligent person there, but I didn't know how much you know and how studied you are, and how much you do have to say about things. And we always want to say that to you to encourage you to feel more proud of what you have in your head and your heart.
Yeah, well,
but after a while, it's like.
It's all right. I appreciate that you say it, and it's really nice.
Yeah.
And it's just that I know what's out there, and I know that I'm like smarter or whatever than average, but I also know that there are so many people that have so much more, that really know what they're doing, and I'm not at that point yet. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Probably a couple more lifetimes before I get there.
Yeah. No, I always feel the same way. It's like whenever, if there's ever a moment